Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Michael. Welcome into the channel. If you're willing, maybe subscribe, share the video with your friends. I wanted to get into it with the kind of breaking news of Lane Kiffin to LSU. First and foremost, I mean, it's probably the best possible hire that LSU could have made. 7 years, nearly $100 million, so he's definitely getting a bag. I believe it's one of the most lucrative deals for a head coach in NCAA history. So I definitely thought that the news was worth making a video on now before we get more details about it later. I kind of wanted to get into the non-football side of it off the bat. I really hate it how these deals are made before the season actually ends, especially in this case of Ole Miss. You know, they're 11-1, they're CFP bound. They got a lot going for them, but now, I mean, this is a massive distraction for them. Quite honestly, I think I'd be pissed as a player on that team. I get it for Lane Kiffin, his family, as well as LSU making a push now. But it really rubs me the wrong way when these types of things are done before the season ends. It's kind of the same opinion that I hold of the transfer portal. I always thought that the transfer portal should start, day after the national title, and then it should end probably, I don't know, a month out from the start of the season, and it should just be every off season. I don't like it when these guys are entering the portal early, like in the middle of a season. It's not good. It's not a good look on your character, on your work ethic. I get that it's kind of a business now, but same goes for coaches. I'm going to hold coaches to that same standard. And, they put in a lot of work, Ole Miss has, in getting to this point. 11-1 is, especially in the SEC, you can say that they haven't played the toughest of competition, but 11-1 is 11-1, and playoff team is playoff team at the end of the day. It's a shame because I think that for a lot of these players, especially, they see that they put in all this work just to inevitably have their coach take a job before the playoff even starts. It doesn't sit well with me. I'm not an Ole Miss guy. I'm not an LSU guy, but I am a football guy, and I'm putting myself in the shoes of these players and of the other coaches on the staff and the fans at Ole Miss, and I just think I'd be very annoyed and frustrated if I was them. And even from the outside looking in, just from a kind of an ethical standpoint, I'm a little frustrated by it. It's a dog eat dog kind of business, so I get it. But I feel for the players and the fans more than anything. I get it though. It's an incredibly lucrative contract, and it's probably the best for him and his family long term. LSU is one of the best coaching jobs you can have. Which is where we kind of get into the analytical side of it. This is about as good a hire that LSU could have made. I think Lane Kiffin was definitely the best option for them. He has extensive experience in the SEC, which matters. I think there's a cultural aspect to coaching down south, which is partly why I don't really think Kalen DeBoer is going to last a very long time in Alabama, and that's inevitably a big reason why Brian Kelly didn't work out at LSU. Lane by all accounts seems like a pretty good person, kind of easygoing, much more level-headed than Brian Kelly is. Brian Kelly's a hothead. He has no filter, and he doesn't strike me as a teacher. He strikes me as, just a rough around the edges coach that simply doesn't really work in today's climate of college athletics. Plus, I mean, let's be honest, Brian Kelly is fake as hell with that fake Southern drawl. I don't even know what the hell that was about. But, he's 34-14 overall at LSU. That's a 70.4% win percentage, I believe. That's just not going to get it done. He's 19-10 in the SEC. That's not LSU standard, rightfully so, considering their recent success. Lane Kiffin, by win percentage, about 74% win percentage for his career at Ole Miss, but a 55-19 record, which is definitely much better, and he had to do it against, you know, some of the tougher competition of the SEC year in, year out due to the divisions. Um, but yeah, I think that this is about as good a deal that LSU could have made. Um, it's obviously the right move for Lane as a coach because Louisiana is a recruit. The recruiting pool at Louisiana is insane. They have some of the best players in the country coming out of high school. I think it's going to be a lot easier for him to recruit to LSU than it was Ole Miss. You know, when you're competing every year with Alabama and LSU and even Texas now, getting guys to Ole Miss was going to become increasingly more difficult, especially with NIL being a thing now in the Big Ten, kind of seemingly taking the mantle a little bit as the powerhouse conference. I think long term it was going to become harder to be successful at Ole Miss. So taking this job at LSU definitely makes more sense to me. So I can't really blame him there. I can't blame LSU. They paid him a bag. It's definitely hard to turn down. But yeah, man, I do feel for these players at the end of the day. You're about to go into the CFP, and to be completely honest with you, because of that distraction, I think whatever chances Ole Miss had, I think have just dissipated completely. I just don't see them making a real push for a title now, just due to distraction. I'm not sure yet. At the time I'm making this video, I'm not positive if he's allowed to coach them for the CFP. Whether he is or whether he isn't doesn't really matter. I think these players are gonna. I think they're gonna check out a little bit. You know, they will probably still compete as hard as they can, but there's always going to be that thing in the back of their minds that, well, coach isn't even really our coach anymore. So that sucks for them. So it's back to the drawing board for Ole Miss. They're going to be in a coaching search now. So we're going to see how that turns out. But yeah, it's breaking news. It's Lane Kiffin to LSU. Things in the SEC just got a lot more interesting. So we'll just have to see how it goes from there. Well, see you.